Hello, guys. Welcome back. So, Odin has been flooding me with golden retriever goodness. Golden's everywhere. Golden's parachuting out of the sky. I am really surprised I haven't opened up the door to see golden retriever going, I'm your birthday present. So, and that's not till next month, but I'm like totally surprised there is not a golden retriever at my door right now going, oh, let me in. I'm a golden retriever. I'm awesome. Anyhow, I go, yeah. Anyhow, he's been flooding me with Goldens, which is why we had this weird day yesterday. Ended up getting flowers, some lovely budget ones that Odin found, and ended up getting two little kitties I fell in love with. Yeah, I know, but this is once a year, and it's stuff that we normally wouldn't get ourselves, so we're treating ourselves. Loki's making me make up for all the crummy birthdays I had as a child and for the worst 40th birthday party ever, which we will talk about. Anyhow, anyhow, Odin's flooding me with Goldens everywhere. Like Pinterest is full of Goldens. And, he kept trying to insist I get this golden retriever plush. And I'm like, no. And he was insisting today, too. And I'm like, no. He's trying, I think, to teach me a lesson because I went on YouTube and I looked up this video and I'm looking at Goldens and it finally clicked. I knew a golden retriever when I was much younger. When I was a child, my mother would go to this hairdresser, and this woman had a golden retriever. She hated that dog, and that dog knew it because they're not a stupid dog. They're not a stupid breed. What do retrievers do? Take a wild guess what retrievers do. She hated that dog for that. What do retrievers do? Everything. And when she would not give this highly intelligent dog something to retrieve, because the dog loved her and wanted to be with mommy all day, even though she hated this dog, he would bring it to people. And you would throw the toy and he would bring it to you. And you throw the toy and he'd bring it to you. It's a retriever. You do this all damn day long. And, she was trying to train the retriever out of him. And, he'd be playing with his toys. He'd go and he'd try to behave because he loved her. He'd try to play quietly with his toys. And then the retriever kicked in and he'd come over and try to grab a random object and hand it to mommy because that's what they do. That's what they're bred for. That's what a retriever's for. I think the husband may have gotten him for duck hunting and it never came out. So they had this high octane, high energy ball of fur that, was trapped in one room with this woman all day. So of course he retrieved everything he could find. And, we would go, we became friends with this woman, so we would go over there for lunch, and you'd go to lunch, and he'd gravitate to this one person in the room that would give him something to do. So I'd have this golden retriever sitting next to me going, tell me about his day. And he wanted to play. He wanted to play, and he wanted to run, and he wanted to have fun because he's a golden retriever. She wanted him to sit there and be still. Not possible. He was trying so hard to make mommy proud, but he could not do it. And he'd come over and he wasn't even allowed to touch people. She did not want that dog touching people ever. So he'd lean as close as possible, because they're a highly intelligent dog, as close as possible to me. So when she wasn't looking, I'd pet his head. And then we'd both make sure she wasn't looking, and then I'd pet his head. So the poor dog at least got some human contact. She hated that dog. And I'm like, why would you get a golden retriever if you don't want a high octane surfer dude personality that's going to be a child the rest of his life? They're not going to grow up and, suddenly become Bob in accounting. That's not the golden retriever personality. They're fun. They're happy for the rest of their life. She wanted a German Shepherd. I said, what you should have gotten was a German Shepherd, because if you want a dog that they're still loving and fun, big puppies too, but they've certainly got that more serious thing. You can train them for guard work and everything. I suppose some golden retriever somewhere managed to become a guard dog, but I've never met them. And, she hated that poor dog. And we often felt bad for her. I mean, if we wouldn't have already had a dog and she was very much I am the only dog you need in your life, if we wouldn't have had her, she was my best friend. We would have adopted that dog because we felt bad for that poor dog. He clearly wanted a home where he could be loved. He clearly wanted, to be able to have a yard to run in and play and everything else. She just hated that poor thing. And Odin's point was that, we should never try to be something we're not. She was trying to make a golden into this serious sit there dog to basically sit there like a statue all day long. That's not in a golden's nature. They can try to do it for you because they want to make you happy, but you'll end up destroying the golden. There's no use wasting a golden on a person that doesn't want a playful dog. And we do that ourselves. Sometimes you have a very exuberant nature and you're very playful and you're the human equivalent of a golden retriever and you're bouncing up to people and saying hi. And a lot of people don't like that. And I don't mind it. I'm an introvert, but if people are basically the human equivalent of a golden retriever, I don't mind. As long as I know you're being genuinely friendly, if I think you're coming over to hassle me, that's when the German Shepherd comes out. But, if they're really fine and they're happy and they're bubbly and they just genuinely love everyone, I don't mind people like that. And then there are other people at the other end of the spectrum that they just want to sit and be quiet and, not do anything, and that's fine too. But it was basically I think what Odin's doing is he's calling me golden retriever. I guess that's a compliment. So I'm kind of getting this. Yes, it's finally clicking for her. Odin's calling me golden retriever. I am the golden retriever of YouTube, apparently. I got the wrong hair. I've got Irish setter hair. Is what I do. I look like an Irish setter. Every time that red starts to calm down, I just look at my hair and I'm like, I'm exactly the color of an Irish setter. I should have big soulful eyes and just look at you. I love dogs, guys. I'm dog crazy, so he's been using dogs with me lately. You can't see them, but there's a doggo there and a doggo there, and there's doggies everywhere. So it was really hard to walk away from the retriever plush. But I said, where are we going to put this thing? I don't even know where we're going to put the tiger and everything else. I said, we look like, dude, we're running out of room. There would be a golden retriever plush, this big floppy thing. They said it's 20 inches, but they have retrievers with them. And it looks like the size of a retriever puppy, but not quite the cute mileage of a retriever puppy. But basically, Odin said I'm a golden retriever, so bark barks. Oh God, Lucky. Lucky said, can we give you a collar and feed you milk bones? Yes! So apparently I'm a golden retriever. So I'm supposed to go out and play and bark at people? I don't know. I think he just facepalmed. But seriously, it was like, don't try to be something you're not. Don't try to be, if you're a golden retriever person, don't try to be a German Shepherd person. If you're a German Shepherd person, don't try to be a golden retriever person. This is what happens when I see dogs. Funnily enough, we're getting the cats in. And I love cats too. I love all animals. But yeah, it was basically, I think Odin's been calling me golden retriever. So hopefully, the golden retriever thing, now that I've got the message. And he's saying, don't try to be something you're not. You're more of a golden retriever than anything. Like, I don't see it, but okay. Then go ahead and do that. So I have no idea. Is that a compliment or an insult? Right below, is it a compliment or an insult to be called a golden retriever? So look, he's listening to Shetty's Becker. He called you a dog, and he's laughing and holding his sides. Thank you, hon. Bark, bark. So if you guys like what you see, like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you later. Bye bye.